Okay, so we did want a video on addiction, talking about it in terms of energy, and the spirits want to go in a little bit deeper on that. They want to go a little bit deeper. They started on the other video saying that addiction is always a response to inner pain, which is always true. But we mustn't be dismissive. If we're doing addictions in any form, even if it's massive amounts of chocolate or food or anything like that, that we might not think is that serious, you know. We're not so like so-and-so over there who's drinking a bottle of whiskey, you know. We're just doing it with food, let's say. It still really matters. It matters because it's addiction still. And addiction is always signalling pain. You know, just because we weren't brought up in a dungeon or an orphanage or something extreme, it doesn't mean we haven't internalized pain, you know. And it matters. It matters because we can only create on the outside what's going on the inside. You know, if we don't change these patterns that keep consuming so much energy and going round and round and round, not only we do lose all this energy, but the good things that are trying to want to come to us, we can't reach them. They just don't reach us. We don't see them. They don't reach us. It's like going in different circles all the time and missing, I missed it again, you know. Like one of those grabbing machines, you know, that you get, that you always think you're going to pick up something nice, like a little teddy bear, and it never does. It goes again. Everybody else has got picking up a teddy bear. Loads of people, my friends are picking up teddy bears. You know, they're living a wonderful life with husband and 2 children, etc., etc., etc. So the first thing is, if we're doing addiction, it matters. Even if we're doing chocolate ups and downs, you know, a lot of overeating all the time, for example, is a comforter, particularly women's realm. They tend to go for the overeating realm, you know. And it matters, you know. And we talk about a trigger. They talked about a trigger as if, you know, this is where we start judging ourselves. You say, well, it was only that little thing, that little comment. It was a tiny little comment. I shouldn't have felt upset about that. You know, I ruined my whole day. That was just, I'm just so pathetic, really. One tiny little comment like that just knocked me off my whole game, and I just had a really shit day after that. A trigger shoots a bullet. The bullet is the inner wound that we've got festering inside of us, that's festered probably for years, perhaps generally from childhood. These patterns start, you know, when we were in most vulnerable position, if you like, when we had our most contrast between our parent God, you know, and ourselves as vulnerable children. So it might be the tiniest little trigger, but a trigger shoots a bullet. And that wound that we had, that was festering, that the brain said, we'll hide that, it's fine, carry on, you carry on. Look, I've popped a plaster over it. Yeah, look. But well, that's just a plaster though, isn't it? You know, if it gets wet, that's going to fall off, isn't it? Don't worry about that, you won't feel it, you've got a plaster. Ignore that, avoid that situation next time. There you go. There's a solution for you, says the brain. Thanks. But we get the trigger, the bullet gets shot into the wound, into the festering wound that we haven't healed. Please see the video on Heal the Wounds. So it's festering, really. We've got this awful plaster on it that's falling off. And then, of course, we go on to this roller coaster of addiction. This is what they wanted to go back to. First of all, about the trigger. It is more important. It is an important thing, the trigger. It really is. Because the trigger shoots the bullet. And it matters, even if we're doing what, compared to other people, is a small addiction. It matters because we are still pissing out our energy, our valuable energy, which means that we're not getting great things happening. We can't quite work out why. Makes no sense. So The addiction pattern, so we're energy, we're pain, we've had our pain response, something, we're starting to get the urge. Oh God, here we go. I'm not just going to buy one chocolate egg. No. They're all, I mean, look at them, all the different varieties, It's not going to be enough. We've got the pain being triggered. Normally, let's say we've done a whole month, we haven't had any chocolate, we haven't had any bad food, we've done really well. Great willpower. We're really proud of ourselves, but triggers happen, bullets being shot, festering wound, reopened. It's reopened the wound is what's happened. Trigger, bullet, reopen the wound. We don't quite feel that because this is a distance from us still. The brain helps collude with the spirit to hide these pains in various places in our body and also in our spiritual body. It hides these things from us. So we're not yet feeling the impact of the bullet shot. But the brain is kind of a little step ahead. Like they've communicated, the pain is over there going, oh, shit. And the brain's going, oh, I see you. We've not quite tuned into this yet. We're just jogging along, pretty happy with ourselves, pretty good. But these two alarm bells have gone off. So the brain's going to start the urges. Urge. I'm not going to just buy one chocolate. I don't know why, but I just think I've been so good for a month. No harm in getting one. But, if I get one, I'm probably going to want to get the whole set, really. I mean, it is Easter, Let's just take two. I'll probably give that to one of my friends. Wink, wink. Nod, nod. We know he or she's not going to give that to one of their friends, are they? They're going to take it home, snuffle it. As we do. So we've bought 4 of them for our friends. And so the pain has been triggered, but we kind of haven't felt it yet. So when they talked about grabbing for the pain and then we consume all the toxins and then this is like a supreme act. By buying ourselves toxin, let's say it's whiskey or overeating massively, it is a great act of unlove to the diamonds of our energy. It's a great fundamental act of unlove. We don't want to know that at that time, but it's a great act of unlove, consuming toxicity. Our bodies hate it, So therefore, it is going to leak. And what they talked about if our wound sits at the minus 500%, we're not at the 0, our pain level in truth, let's say that our wound on rejection, for example, is at 500%. Something's triggered that rejection. The brain's saying, whoa. It's going to go, she's going to feel that minus 500%. No pain. Stop the pain. Pleasure. Grab those 5 eggs, 6 eggs, cream eggs, whatever. Okay, go up to pleasure. Oh, wow. This feels amazing. I'm going to snuffle this. Go somewhere, hide. Snuffle these, quietly do it. Oh, God, it's so good. And it will feel pretty great, As highs go, it will feel pretty high for a certain period of time until the toxins, of course, do their work. And also, we've done the unlove on our spirit. We've done the massive unlove. That kind of unlove can only do one thing to our energy body, and that's leak our value. Leak. We have rejected ourselves. We have given ourselves a massive dose of unlove. The world can only reflect that back to us as well. So things will start going down pretty much with a bump. And so we are at the minus 500%. We've got the high, made us feel, whoa, right up there to 600% plus. We certainly don't, well done brain, well done. We certainly don't feel that minus 500% anymore. Whoa, wow. And then we're starting to go down because our energy has been, we've created a big chasm in our energy, a big hole, a big rift in our energy of value now. It's got to go down. Now, they wanted to talk particularly about the down. Why doesn't the energy just go back to truth of minus 500%? You know, if that's our rejection point, if we were left or deserted or hurt, and our general default position of our wound is minus 500%, why don't we just go immediately back to that? That makes sense. Well, here's the thing, is that emotions don't work in a sort of linear way or mathematical way, first of all. They don't work in the same way that 2 + 2 = 4. They don't work in that kind of way. Energy and emotions kind of sort of jumps. We have these emotional jumps. If we think about how we feel about something nice, we think, oh, I feel really good about that. That's lovely. Oh, lovely. Oh, I haven't managed to do that yet, though. It's a little jump that way. So it's a sort of, we do emotional little jumps. We don't do absolutely linear jumps to emotions. Emotions don't really work like that. You know, they don't work along a mathematical equation. So they tend to go more in these little leaps, these little jumps. Our emotions go in these little jumps. Leap up, leap down. Leap a bit up, leap double down, etc., etc., etc. So our energy is dropping, our value is dropping, energy of ours is dropping. Toxins, that's an great act of self-love, which is a falling of energy. The energy of our awareness, our value, we are unvaluing, devaluing ourself. Self-harming, we are self-harming. If we are diamonds, which is truth, and we are enacting unlove on ourself, that energy has to leak, drop down. It has to go down. So why don't we find ourselves back at that minus 500%? Because emotions leap. They leap. So they're sort of leaping back down to the correct level. They're heading for the minus 500%. Yes, that's where they're aiming for. That was our default position. Wait a minute though. We're hanging around that area. I bet those people only said that nice thing to me. I bet they were faking it. I don't really think they meant it. I think those people were lying just to get ahead themselves, sort of just make an impression to my boss, you know. I don't think they actually meant those nice things, you know, that they said to me. Hang on, we've gone past the minus 500% now. We've actually dished up more self-hate, more unlove, more devaluing. God, I don't even know why I went out wearing that dress. I didn't even fit into it properly. I must have had so many rolls of fat popping out, really, you know. Oh, God, I hope nobody took a photograph of that. Whoa, hang on a minute. We've gone past the 500% now and we're leaping. Whoa, like a sort of freight train. We can't find the brake. We're like a freight train. I can't find the damn brake now. Oh. My friend Samantha, she looked fantastic, didn't she, though? Her figure, you know. She doesn't even try. You know, I try so damn hard and I still, you know, doesn't work. I still got flabby bits falling out, you know. It's like, now we're starting comparison. So the freight train's going even faster. Let's make it really be out of control. Whoa. No brakes whatsoever. We're pumping away at the brakes. There's no stop. We can't find the emotional default position anymore. We can't find it. We're going even further astray. It's like we've taken a junction, the wrong junction. We don't know where we are now. We're absolutely lost. Phone's not working. Where the hell are we? We don't even recognise this place anymore. Do people actually live here? kind of thing. We've gone down this extra road now. We've gone even further. Say we've gone at minus 800% now. We're so low at this point now. Energy dropping, 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 even more, going to 900%. Lots of contrast now, you know. I'll eat something really nice to try and pump up that feeling now. Big pot of ice cream. That's quite nice. Oh, it's quite nice. It's not really achieving that feeling lift anymore. No. Where's the brain when you want it? You know, told us to eat these pleasures, told us that we'd feel great. Yes, we did, temporarily. Now we're paying for it. We've gone all that way there. Even the nice things that would have been really nice are not lifting us anymore. We'll probably still keep doing it though, you know, get a little bit of a little mini orgasm, you know, maybe a little bit of a little bit of chocolate or something like that, you know. We're in a serious state now, and all we're going to want to do is hide, because we don't want anyone to fix that image of us in their mind. We don't want that to be a lasting image. We don't want that to exist, that image of us in this pits, in our worst state. We've driven our freight train so intensively without brakes. You know, we're still going there. We're just saying to ourselves things like, I don't know why I even bother. Why do I even bother? You know, when I think about it, there isn't really anybody that really cares about me. Not really. Wow. Look at what's happened to us. Look at where we've gone. We're at a serious risk to ourselves of self-harm at this point, really. We are. We've taken ourselves to the pits of a depression, really. And it's going to be a real quicksand now to get out of that. Why? Because we have literally dumped our load, like an aeroplane going off with supplies, flying over the country, opening the chute, or whatever it's called, the hole, whatever it is, and dumping all of our goodness and our energy and our value, all the things we've accumulated. We've dumped the whole lot. We're at serious risk from self-harm at this point, really. And what will our helpful brain, where's our helpful brain now? Where's our wonderful brain that's going to help us? The problem now is that the brain is very, very busy, and it does not have the energy to help us. This is crucial. It's so busy mopping up all the toxins and working so damn hard. Whoa, that liver, let's say we've drunk an alcohol, a serious toxin. I've got to mop. The cardiovascular, everything's full of sugar. You want what? You want me to do what? Just whoa, hang on. Mop, get the sugar out. There's sugar everywhere, all going through the veins, and it's panting with exhaustion. All the functions it's got to perform, and it's weighted down. It's got so many problems going on. You know, well, you'll have to wait. You know, I've got to deal with all this. We've reduced our energy to such a degree that our engine is no longer starting. You know, it's going voo, 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 voo. What we've done is we've siphoned off all of our petrol from our energy petrol tank. And there's a tiny little dribble left, just a little dribble. We try and start the engine. There's not even enough to start the engine at this point. We feel so shit. We feel exhausted. It's not surprising, is it really? We've gone through this horrible emotional torture, because it is a self-torture. And then we've added all these toxins as well. We feel exhausted, humiliated and shamed as well by the fact we've fallen off the wagon yet again. You know, we promised ourselves we would never do that. We've let ourselves down, we've let other people down. You know, it could go on and on, you know. So what will we get that we're very open to, we're very vulnerable at this point to the darker spirits who are feeding off all of this delicious energy. And there'll be a lot of whispering at this point that says, right, what you need to do now is go and look at yourself in the mirror. Pop into the bathroom. Go and just check that spot's not got any worse. Oh, that might be quite a nice thing to do, mightn't it? No. Do not look at yourself. If you've gone down to the minus 900%, you want to hide from the world. Do not look at yourself. Who will you see looking back at you? Will you see your default position of minus 500%? No. You will see a new default position of minus 900%. What's that going to look like in the mirror when you look right through, past your skin, into yourself? My God, my nose is huge. It's never looked that. I know they get bigger as you get older, but God, my skin. I thought my skin was looking quite nice, but look at those darker spirits are whispering to us now. Fix that point into reality. Fix that, make that the new default position, the minus 900%. And to do that, it's kind of like fixing a stud in a cardigan. You know, you're putting the stud in. To look in that mirror and see yourself at that point of minus 900% is to kind of fix that stud in the material world. It's as bad as having, you know, someone you fancy come round and see you like that. That's fixed in their mind. Whoa, I quite fancied her, but oh my God. It's so bad to see ourselves in that position, you know. We don't want to fix that point in our mind. We don't, you know. It might just knock us off the ledge, you know. We really don't. What we need to do then, of course, is to, yeah, okay, let's say we've gone there. We've all gone there. Just don't look in the mirror. We've all gone there, though. The only thing that can save us, the brain's not going to save us, you know, at this point. It's it's just working. It's working on no energy and no pay. It's got nothing. Even the brain can't really, hasn't got the energy to function because we've discarded the energy. You know, the only thing we can do is to start retrieving our energy back, you know, as well as and with it, of course, is our self-esteem. It's all tied up in that energy, our self-worth, you know, all of that. You know, if we haven't got people around us who think well of us and support us, you know, we're in trouble. You know, if we're in that pit state, and of course, everything is helping us, the darker side will say, make sure you hide. You know, stay on your own. Don't get with anybody that might be supportive or helpful to you. Well, of course they're going to say that. What's their vested interest? Their vested interest in continuing feeding on all that delicious energy we've just tipped out. They have an absolute feast, an absolute party at our expense. They don't care about us, obviously. They care about the next feed. So these things are also adding their weight to our coming back from that energy loss, trying to find that default position. We don't want to fix that as our new default position. Okay, we went there. You know, we understand hopefully a little bit more. We don't need to go back there again. We heal that wound. We look at that wound. Maybe not now, let's reclaim the energy. But if the wound comes up, yes, let's look at it with a view to healing it. Something's festering, something's nasty. And all of this started with, look at this, this all started with a trigger. You know, maybe in 1 or 2 days ago, or maybe in the same day, you know, an hour ago. And then we've plummeted to our depths. And in a sense, by looking in the mirror, we're fixing this as our new default. Because in a sense, in our minus 950%, we're a nebulous blob of self-hate. We're a nebulous, not yet existing in the material world. If we see it visually, we kind of fix it in the material world. Just as if someone else sees us, they fix us as that point. You know, which is why we take photographs, glamorous photographs of ourselves. Fix that one and post them, you know. Let's fix that one in people's material mind. Let's fix that as the image of ourselves. We don't want that one fixed, mostly not from ourselves. We can't afford to see that. It's just self-hatred anyway. You know, that's not real. That's not real. It's an absence of love. That's what we've done. We've tipped out we've just, you know, it's that awful phrase, we've tipped out the baby with the bathwater. You know, whoa, oh God, oh my God, what have we done? You know. Yeah, so they wanted to dig a little bit deeper into addiction, and why it doesn't just stick at that minus 500 default position is that generally we've this time, on this particular incident, maybe we've actually tipped out even more energy. You know, maybe there were other things going on as well, you know, other traumas as well that all maybe kicked in as well, or other reasons, whatever. We've gone, for whatever reason, we've gone further. We've hit a new low, if you like, you know. Yeah, it's difficult to come back from that, but it's about energy. And what we've actually done is, of course we're going to feel horrendous about ourselves if we've dumped all of our diamonds on the street. You know, oh, I feel shit now. Of course you do. Of course you feel horrendous, shamed, horrendous, hating yourself. Because you have deeply unloved yourself. By degrees, unlove, self-hate, nasty to myself, criticism. That's all your precious energy that you have dumped. And of course, we can only get law of attraction, can only give us this back again, you know. But we do it to ourselves first. You know, yes, there will be a trigger, but the bullet will only hit the wound that we've already got going on. You know, the leak that's already going on. And the brain, you know, thinks it's helping, you know. It doesn't have the wisdom to help us on this, really. It just sort of, cope, hide from it, hide it. It doesn't have the wisdom, you know. And then we deny all the energy, you know. And as we hopefully come back with that energy, we start saying, oh, actually, well, that's not so bad, is it really, that thing that I did? Or it wasn't really that bad, was it? And then, that's a bit of a lift. We get a little bit more of a lift, a little bit more, maybe you can accumulate a bit more lift. And, you know, when that person did say to me, you know, I think they meant it from the heart. I think it was a nice thing that they said. Lift. But of course, if we haven't fixed that wound, really properly mended it, and of course the human body replicates wounds, you know, we cut ourselves. But you know, if we had a massive gash in our arm, big hole in it, you can see the bone, we'd get taken to hospital and nurses would come round us and fuss over us and, are you all right? Would you like some painkiller? You know, in the energy world, we've got the same big wound, and the brain says, no, just stick a plaster on that, you'll be all right. Off you go. Stick a plaster. Oh, look over there. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, look over there, look. So there's no healing going on. You can't stick a plaster over an open wound. or avoid things or hide from it, it'll keep festering. It needs to be healed and mended, and there will always be perhaps that scar tissue over that in that area, if someone prods it, it still may be a bit sensitive, I won't call it a weak point, but it will be, it's there's been something happened there, and it's had to mend something that was painful. New skin has grown over that, if you like, and that's something probably I have to maybe a little bit extra careful about that area, perhaps of rejection, I'm going to be a bit extra careful about that one, make sure that I don't bash it, unknowingly,